Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Scorpio September 10, 2024. With the moon in your solar house today, you gravitate to heartfelt pursuits. It may be better to expect the unexpected today, however, as minor challenging transits keep things a little unpredictable. While some original ideas can come from the day, it would help if you watched for impatience and hastiness. Your mind can wander, and you can feel more susceptible to distractions. It may be useful to tame restlessness through healthy, happy activities rather than taking on more. Fortunately, you're feeling especially independent and self-reliant, and if others are not giving you the answers you crave or if your plans change, it's easy to turn things around and enjoy yourself regardless. Cosmic shifts are your specialty. While our luminaries and planets bring the most pronounced transitions within our lives, the asteroids add layers of depth and information to the understanding of how we are evolving. Pallas, the asteroid tied to wisdom and courage, has turned her attention to different corners of the sky. As she soars through the heavens of Sagittarius as of today, she will encourage you to embrace further curiosity and adventure with the world. By embracing a sense of discovery, enthusiasm, and idealism, much development can happen. Turn your attention to these ideas and you may be pleasantly surprised. Who will open your mind? Consider who has guided you in your professional journey when the Sun in Virgo opposes Saturn retrograde in Pisces. As you reflect, past teachers, professors, and mentors may come to mind. These individuals have shaped you as a professional in some way. They could have even influenced where your professional journey has led thus far. Consider what you can learn from these teachers as you continue navigating your professional future and trajectory. It might even be worthwhile to revisit the idea of learning from them once again. Give yourself an inch and you might take a mile. I recommend you bring that tendency poolside, if possible. Swimming is an exercise that benefits the body and mind, and it is not an expensive sport. Whether you are a beginner or a high school champ, try to integrate this lovely, low-impact sport into your life. It strengthens your lung capacity while toning your whole body, and once you get on a roll it can be like meditation. Weather permitting, it's a wonderful bonus to be outside. You are currently feeling a certain amount of panic due to a chronic lack of assurance in yourself. This is because you are feeling vulnerable in your sentimental life. Be careful about overworking this week, even if you can't completely relax because of the abundance of work. Take some time to rest because you will be saturated if you don't. In your personal life, family and friends will reproach you for giving too much time to your work and neglecting them. Take action. As Mars settles into its first weekend in Cancer, you may feel a newfound sense of confidence and vitality or simply notice that something has changed. This marks the beginning of a new Mars cycle and offers an opportunity for a reset or fresh start. You now possess Mars passion, drive, competitive nature, and warrior spirit coursing through your system for 5 out of the next 7 months. With the moon in a playful and creative part of your chart and Saturn challenging old excuses on the adventurous front, life is inviting you to embrace it more fully. While having the moon in your romantic sector over the weekend is always a case of good timing, as the last visit before Venus, the planet of love, returns in 2 weeks, this is also a chance to start firing up the spirit of romance. This comes just as in his first weekend back in your relationship sector, Pluto is opening the doors to the past and second chances as the Sun is spending his last day on his own in your communication sector before Mercury, the planet of communication, returns tomorrow. Our eyes in the sky. If you've ever been caught in that push and pull of wanting something deeply, yet feeling unsure of how to approach it, you're certainly not alone. We all experience those moments of longing paired with hesitation, those times when our desires feel powerful, but our path forward seems unclear. Today might bring some of those feelings to the surface, gently nudging you to confront them. But here's the thing, it's completely okay to take your time with this. There's no need to rush into decisions just because your emotions are heightened. Have you noticed how, when you give yourself a moment to pause and reflect, the right path often becomes clearer? It's like taking a deep breath after running suddenly, things start to make sense again. One thing to keep an eye on today is the temptation to overindulge as a way of coping with these intense emotions. We all have our go-to comforts, right? Whether it's reaching for that extra slice of cake, pouring another glass of wine, or getting lost in endless scrolling on social media, it's easy to turn to these distractions when we're feeling uncertain. And while there's nothing wrong with treating yourself now and then, today might be a good day to stay mindful of those impulses. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, will this truly make me feel better in the long run? Often, what we really need isn't another quick fix, but simply a little space to breathe, a moment to reflect on what's going on beneath the surface. What if today, instead of reaching for that temporary distraction, you chose to sit with your feelings and see what they have to teach you? Despite the emotional challenges that might arise, there's also a powerful sense of mental and physical strength running through you today. You're stronger than you think, and this is the perfect time to tackle those tough decisions you've been avoiding. Maybe there's been something weighing on your mind for a choice you've been putting off because it feels overwhelming or because you're unsure of the outcome. Today, you have the clarity and courage to face it head-on. Have you ever had one of those moments where you finally made a tough choice, and even though it was difficult, you felt an immense sense of relief afterward? That's the kind of energy you can tap into today. Trust yourself. Once you've made your decision, stand by it with confidence and resist the urge to second-guess yourself. Remember, you've got this. Think back to a time when you wanted something so deeply, but hesitated because of the unknown. Maybe it was a relationship that felt right but required a leap of faith. Or perhaps it was the desire to open up and share your true feelings with someone, but fear held you back. We've all been there, standing on the edge of wanting more but unsure of how to move forward. Today, instead of letting anxiety take the wheel, try to embrace those feelings with curiosity and self-compassion. Give yourself permission to explore what's behind that longing. What is it that you truly crave? Is it connection, understanding, or simply the comfort of being close to someone who gets you? And remember, you don't have to have all the answers right away. It's perfectly okay to take your time, to sit with your feelings, and to weigh your options before making any decisions. Sometimes, just allowing yourself to feel those emotions without judgment can help bring clarity. Have you ever noticed how, when you stop fighting your feelings and instead give them space to exist, the right path often reveals itself? Trust that in our own time, you'll find the clarity you're seeking. On the professional front, your energy and courage are at an all-time high. You're ready to take on the world, and you have everything you need to achieve your ambitions. But here's a little reminder: proceed with caution. It's easy to get sidetracked by intricate details that might seem fascinating but ultimately distract you from your main goals. Have you ever been so focused on one tiny part of a project that you lost sight of the bigger picture? It happens to the best of us. Today, try to approach things in a level-headed and sensible way. By concentrating on the most important tasks, you'll avoid unnecessary delays and reach a successful outcome more efficiently. Keep your eye on the prize and trust that you're moving in the right direction. Now, challenges may arise along the way, but here's the good news: not every difficult situation is as critical as it seems at first glance. When you're faced with what feels like a crisis, take a deep breath and react calmly. It's easy to let emotions flare up in stressful moments, but if you allow yourself to stay grounded, you'll notice that most disturbances blow over without causing any real damage. Have you ever found that after taking a step back and giving yourself some space to breathe, what seemed like a major problem wasn't so overwhelming after all? Today is a gentle reminder that you have the strength to handle whatever comes your way. Just stay calm, stay collected, and trust that you'll make it through.